Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the Gypsy Nomad and the Universe YouTube page. I'm going to do something different today to kind of get out of the guided meditations videos because I think there's other topics that we can speak about. So we're going to talk about soulmates and spiritual relationships. We're going beyond the surface of the definitions to explore what these connections really mean and the different types of soul connections, how they can affect us, and ways we can navigate them to foster personal growth. So if you're curious about soulmates, twin flames, karmic partners, and kindred spirits, or if you're wondering if you're in a spiritual relationship now, let's journey together. Let's start with the question, what is a soulmate? For many, a soulmate is a thought of the one or the perfect partner who is destined to complete them. But if we dive into spiritual perspectives, the definition of a soulmate expands. A soulmate isn't just a romantic partner. They're any person with whom we share a powerful, inexplicable bond that reaches beyond the physical or logical and connects us at the level of the soul. Soulmates can actually be friends, family members, mentors, or even people we meet briefly, but who make a profound impact on us. These connections are powerful and often bring with them a sense of familiarity or déjà vu. It's like meeting someone and feeling, I know you, even though we've never met before. The sense of familiarity hints at a deeper connection, often from past lives or soul contracts. A soulmate relationship is one that often serves a higher purpose in our lives. Sometimes they come as healers, helping us confront our shadows, and sometimes they are mirrors, reflecting back the deepest parts of ourselves that we need to understand and love. And while romantic soulmates may be the most talked about, it's important to know that soulmates can be anyone who helps us grow closer to our true selves. Now, let's break down some of the most common types of spiritual connections. These connections all bring something unique to our spiritual journey, but each type serves a different role in our lives. Number 1, we've all heard this, twin flames. Let's start with twin flames, often considered one of the most intense and transformative spiritual connections. The twin flame connection is unique because it's based on the idea of two souls originating from the same source and being split into two bodies. This doesn't mean that twin flames complete each other, but rather they mirror each other in a way that highlights both their strengths and their wounds. Twin flame relationships often feel like an emotional roller coaster. They push us to face our deepest fears, insecurities, and unresolved trauma. It's common to feel intense highs and lows in these relationships because they are here to trigger healing. While twin flames can make incredible partners, they sometimes need time apart to heal individually before they can come together in harmony. This is known as the runner-chaser dynamic, where one partner may distance themselves because of the intensity and that it's too overwhelming, while the other feels pulled towards them. How romantic. Number 2, karmic partners. Next, we have karmic partners. These relationships are rooted in the concept of karma, often from past lives. Karmic relationships can be challenging because they bring with them lessons we need to learn, lessons that were perhaps left incomplete in previous lifetimes. Karmic partners may challenge our self-worth, boundaries, and forgiveness, which can sometimes create a push-pull dynamic. While these relationships can be difficult, they are here to teach us valuable lessons. They're often a bridge to higher understanding and self-love, but they don't always last. Once the karma is resolved, the relationships may naturally fade. Number 3, kindred spirits. Kindred spirits are those connections that feel natural and effortless. They are the people with whom you can truly be yourself. They may not always push you to grow in dramatic ways, but they provide a safe and nurturing space where you can rest and recharge. These could be a friend, a sibling, or even a mentor. With kindred spirits, we're usually an unspoken understanding, like you're on the same wavelength. These relationships are comforting and often help us feel a sense of belonging. Romantic soulmates. And of course, we have romantic soulmates. These are the partners we're deeply aligned with in heart, mind, and soul. Unlike twin flames, romantic soulmates tend to have a more balanced and harmonious connection. They're supportive, loving, and help us become the best version of ourselves. While these relationships still require growth and effort, they don't come with the same level of emotional turbulence as twin flames or karmic relationships. They often offer a steady foundation for long-term happiness and fulfillment. So, the question, how do you know if you're in a soulmate or spiritual relationship? Here are some signs that you might be experiencing a deep soul connection. Instant recognition or familiarity. When you meet, there's a sense of, I've known you before. Even if you just met, this could come through feelings of familiarity or déjà vu. Emotional intensity. Spiritual relationships often feel more intense emotionally. It's like there's an added depth or gravity to the relationship, even in the early stages. Mirroring. These relationships often reflect our inner selves back to us. This mirroring effect can bring up both our strengths and our weaknesses. It's as if they're showing us parts of ourselves we need to work on. Vulnerability. In a true soulmate or spiritual relationship, you feel safe to be vulnerable. You can open up, share your fears, and be truly seen without fear or judgment. Encouragement for growth. One of the biggest signs of spiritual connection is that it encourages your personal growth. It challenges you, sometimes in uncomfortable ways, but ultimately brings you closer to who you are meant to be. One of the gifts of spiritual relationships is that they aren't meant to leave us unchanged. These relationships are here to help us evolve, whether it's by teaching us to set healthy boundaries, to love ourselves, or to trust in a higher purpose. For instance, a twin flame might force you to confront your abandonment issues, or a karmic partner might challenge you to keep into your self-worth. The growth these relationships encourage often lead to breakthroughs, whether you're ready for them or not. So let's be real. Spiritual connections aren't always easy. The depth of these relationships can bring up intense feelings, which can sometimes be overwhelming. Here are some ways to navigate the challenges. Number 1, self-compassion. Be kind to yourself as you go through these relationships. Growth isn't always easy, and these relationships will bring up insecurities and fears. Number 2, boundaries. Just because someone feels like a soulmate doesn't mean we have to accept all behaviors. Boundaries are essential, even in spiritual relationships. Number 3, authentic communication. Be open and honest with each other. Express your feelings and listen to theirs without judgment. Number 4, trust the journey. Every spiritual relationship serves a purpose. Whether or not it lasts forever, trust that the journey is exactly what you need for your growth. Sometimes these relationships come to an end. This doesn't lessen their value. Often, part of the spiritual journey is learning when to let go with love. One powerful way to find closure is through gratitude. Reflect on what the relationship taught you, the moments that helped you grow, and honor it for what it brought into your life. Letting go doesn't mean we forget. It means we honor the connection and allow it to transform us. So as we come to a close, just always remember, you can tell the type of relationship that you're in by what it presents you, if you just stop and listen and pay attention to what is being mirrored. So, thank you for joining me on this deep dive into soulmates and spiritual relationships. These connections are beautiful, no matter which one it is. Sometimes challenging, and part of our journey, yes. So, if you've experienced a soulmate connection, let me know in the comments what it taught you or what it is teaching you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone else who is also on the journey to find and understand their deeper connections. Until next time, keep growing and stay true to your soul's path. Peace.